Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. Last time we were working on replacing red science with our new stack. I'm just showing you this because it needed to be able to produce 30,000. Well, that was the amount it should, and there you can see it's doing its 30,000. It took some time, that's why we've had a bunch of extra launches, but we are still short on space science. The fuel is, well, we need plastic to keep getting consumed, so we need to get the red science up to where it needs to be. You can still see that there's some red requests outstanding. Have any of those changed? No, so just one stack is obviously not enough, and yes, this has just changed. So we have just launched another one, so we are getting launches happening. I might turn that one off for now. So it cleared off the excess in all of these stacks fairly quickly. Where am I? I'm up there, right. The excess in these stacks was cleared off fairly quickly, but too long, obviously, to be showing via a YouTube episode, so that's why I didn't. The mission for today is to revamp processing units, and once processing units have done, we will resume continuous science, I think. We're obviously the number of blues in here has dropped down enough that we've obviously allowed continuing production. But what we need to do is let's put a one of these guys over here so that we can lay down our stack of these guys. That should get to 31. Is that 100? Yeah. Not that it really matters, but it's just nice to do a pattern, I guess. What actually are we doing at the moment? We're doing a moderate amount of plates. We're basically, I guess, supporting satellite launches, really. 3.8, 3.9 of these. I don't really want them producing these at the moment. So we can redo the logic around all of these guys. Guess I don't mind it exhausting what's here, but I don't really want new stuff coming in. Let's turn off red first of all, so that we don't get any more red. And I mean, we have this one down here as well, which doesn't seem to get that much action. 185,000 blues. There's no point making blue while that one is the state it's in. But yeah, so the plan is we will exhaust we'll rip all of this out. Maybe it'd be easier if I just start down here where nothing's going on. Yep, that's okay. So as with red, we will reuse the same rail infrastructure into Circuit Alley. and we'll just put down our revised design. At the moment we have a design that I believe is capable of about 20,000. Oh yeah, we didn't have enough of those. Interesting. 20,000 blue circuits per minute, and our revised design will reduce this number to about 11,000, which is a very small excess over our requirement. Now I just want to see if I have any extra greens up here or whether I threw them all out. That's the reason I am coming up here. I don't think so there. I have just thrown them all out. There's only one other possibility, this one up here. And no, alright, well we'll just order some in, that's fine. So, I guess there's two parts to this. Basically we need to rip out the processing units and put in the new design, and we need to build a second red circuit stack. So those two are fine. I don't really like this one working, though. If it turns it into processing units, that should reduce the total number of items altogether. We'll probably get another green circuits ordered any moment now. P2. There's a -2 from that. Divided by 64. 2 plus. And -2 from that. So no, it's not going to order green circuits. What about this one? P2, no, that's not going to order anymore either. Means we'll be left with this fairly large surplus of red circuits fairly soon. Not to worry. So seems to have stopped, so that's good. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. And we will, how much stuff do we have? It's probably more than that, because when we start ripping these up, oh, and that's right, I was going to order more for the bottom one as well, wasn't I? Let's order, I can't remember exactly how many I needed, so let's order about 50 of them. That's off, so let's get rid of those. Put 50 of those in there. Hopefully that won't take terribly long. Now, oh, are you actually out of sulfuric acid? Wow. Presumably. Oh, there is one on the way. Okay, good. Although quite a bit of that acid will end up getting wasted when we rip this stuff up, perhaps. In fact, what I might do is just come down here and tell these not, or take the pumps out even, just so it won't pump through any more sulfuric acid. And that should be fine. How much is down there? It's actually full, so so's that. Just this top section where we are out. Okay, so we need you to they can store an awful lot. I think it's about 9,600 over here. Let's get it to go for 10,000. The next row can be these guys. I think that will only go to about 5,000. The next row can be green circuits, which also will stack to about 9,600. And we'll fill out the rest as we need to. Right, we've got our bots. I guess I'll just come up here. I certainly don't need rail. I don't need any of these things actually, other than, whoops, I need them. I don't really need any. Oh, that's right. I do need those. I got some more of those. Not sure where the original ones ended up. All right. Let us rip this out. And all of this bit as well. Let's just get that extra bot charging in there before anything bad happens. Now we know all of this takes quite a long time to happen, so well, this isn't going to stay the same. I think we can manage with just one of the green circuits. I might just have a quick check of what the stats here are. So it's 10 seconds for a processing unit. Normally it will be sped up 8 times. It needs 20 greens in that time. And 1.25 seconds. Well, there'll be 2 stacks of 5,500. Actually, let's do this calculation. 5.5. If each stack is 5,500, and they need 20 greens. And that's per minute. We need 110,000 per minute to support that. That's quite a few, really, isn't it? That's probably why I gave it 2 platforms of green in the first place. Okay, so we're full already. That's what coming over here is for, so that we can auto trash things, give ourselves some room. So I guess what we really want to do, okay, so if we divided that by 8 and divide it by 27, and divide it by 60, this calculation is basically so we've got 8 wagons, 60 seconds in a minute, and a stack inserter can move 27. That says we basically need about 8 stack inserters per wagon. Yeah, I think we actually do need 2 platforms of green for this when it's in full flight. I don't think there's any 2 ways about it. Just because of the humongous number of green circuits that are required. So maybe I'll just keep this whole platform mechanic as is, and just build our revised form just above it. I might redo that calculation. But anyway, this is the general idea. We'll clear out each of these sections and I'll come back when we are ready to implement the revised blue circuits. So see you soon. And welcome back. And that didn't take too long, although this might make you think otherwise. 1 minute. Space science is really flying now. It seems to... Let's have a quick look, watch a few launches maybe. It seems to be ticking over fairly well with all of our changes, which is great. There still is a backlog of demand on the space science. So... I mean, it's not like these are stacking up, so if we're producing enough space science, and all it's doing is going into the buffering, so there's no good reason for there to be anything but a massive buffer. Let me just have a quick look at the science stacks. So you have 76. How come you have so much? I might just have to check. 150. Yeah, there's something, it's still calling. I'm gonna have to check this. I might even do it right now before we proceed, because it shouldn't be calling for quite so much, and we'll get back to this in just a moment. It's ripping all my pipes away, never mind. Go down to science and see what's going on, because we seem to be having a... You know, I don't mind that we're launching continuously, but this constant we still need more is the bit that I'm having an issue with. It should actually have fully buffered and be ready to stop doing all of that. So let's just have a quick look. Meanwhile, we continue at 7,000 a minute. That's very good. We're not quite at 6060, but we'll sort that out. There's more things we can do in terms of the 6060. Maybe while we're traveling I'll sort this one out. What is it? Iron 10. Iron 10. Alright, up here. I just need to make sure that wire connects. It does if I go there, it doesn't so much if I go there. It's a bit of a nuisance. Let's do that, and then that. Right, here we are. So, space science, why do you keep ordering so much? You've got 76,000, which seems excessive. So, you're reading the train contents, you know that it's -3, P is just 1, so you've got a -2P. It still seems excessive that you built up that amount. Anyway, what's going on up here? You are reading the stop train contents. You have a -6 here, and it's because there is no wire connecting there to there. That is what our problem was. Alright, so our massive oversupply of science is probably the same at all of them. This one seems to have shut off though, so yeah. Let's just do those fixes to the others, which is probably exactly the same thing. Yeah. There you go, and up the top. Oops. There you go as well. So we have a massive oversupply of space science. Oh well. Minor things. How the minor things trip you up in strange ways. Never mind. We'll go back, fix up blue processing units. PU, there it is. Let's go. At least space science won't be slowing us down. I mean, this is kind of crazy, the rate at which it's going up. It is currently going up. 1 minute is not a very good interval to use. Wow. Okay. I expect that will slow down. It must just have been a particularly beneficial minute. How are we going? About to launch again. It actually looks like... oh no, we've got tons. We might get 8 in a single go in a moment. No noises though, I'll get that out of your way though. No noises because we're not there. And that's why the space science is ticking over so quickly. Still have all the trains lined up here, but there should be no further demand for them. Oh, these are old orders in the request queue. It doesn't zero them out, but as soon as they have been fulfilled, we'll be right. Never mind, that's not what we were here for. What we are here for is, I am pretty sure that I am going to need the 2 green circuit lines. I think the absolute maximum we can unload a train, not even counting the time to enter and exit the platform, would allow us, I think it was about 77,000 green circuits. And if each one of these mini stacks is going to be worth about 5,500 blue a minute, that basically means 110,000 a minute, and you can't do that with a single platform, so we'll need 2 platforms. Red circuits, on the other hand, we can probably cut down the number, and we can probably cut down the number of blues as well. But what we need to do first of all is probably grab some of the resources that we've been trashing from in here. We've got tons of those. Let's get a stack of those, those, and those. We will probably find that we are short of substations, so I guess I will get the supply train to come and deliver me some supply substations. How about 100, just to be sure. We're in the top section. Okay, that's good. So basically what we are going to have is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this usual, in fact, what I'll do is, instead of doing this, I think I calculated that I need 14 wide, so we can do that again though, because we know that it takes 10 seconds for a processing unit, right? Yeah, 10 seconds for a processing unit, so you get 6 a minute from each machine. It's going to be sped up 8 times. It's going to have productivity in it. That means you get 67.2 from each machine. 67.2. So 11,000 divided by 67.2 is 164 machines. Divide that by 2, you need 82. So that's like 14 wide. 14 wide is in 6. Well, if you divide that by 6, it's 13.6. So you need 14 wide, which I think we have somewhere with these 13 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why don't we count it like this? That's 13 wide. Where did we have 14 wide? thought we'd done that somewhere. Maybe not. 14 wide. Because that is pretty wide, but we were extra wide anyway originally. I guess what we will do is we will copy this 13 wide pattern and we will just add one to it. So put all my blueprints down. So yeah, we're going to have a few little teething problems here. As in, we can't actually put that any further over than that, and there's a few things on the other side that we need to get rid of. What's in this? Doesn't matter, they're not there anymore. So what's more important to me? Keeping the contents of this, which is nil. I think actually we can just pick this up and move it. Let's get a blueprint of it first. Get all that stuff out of the way so it's no longer an issue. Now, if that was 13, we would probably try to balance it by putting it somehow like okay, so that's 3 to that side and that's 4. So actually that would work perfectly, with the proviso that we would extend in this direction by 1, which would mean all the substations are in the wrong spot, so I don't actually like that. So what about if we, is that 3, if we made it 4? Like so. And then we'll just put an extra row at this end, or column, however you would like to consider it. Now, your recipe is going to be processing units. Good, that's pointing up, that's where I wanted it to be. I think a single requester should work for this, but I guess we will find out. Good, let's make this pattern common amongst all of these machines. This continues to fly ahead. I think when all of these are cleared out, it will probably stop. Can't remember if I've put in the appropriate control mechanism for that yet or not. Anyway, so we need one extra here, don't we? B... go, and that enables me to position this thing. I think it goes there. Actually, just to make this easy, whoops. Let's put the starting bits in. Right, now, where were you? So the width of these was actually worse with the old design, which is interesting. So that lines up. If well, we can move this, it doesn't matter. That's as close as we can get. So let's put that in. Now, okay. Yeah, there's nothing in those pipes at the moment. This is too high. At least this would tend to suggest that we will definitely have enough room to just use the existing infrastructure without having to rip it all up. And so now what we need to do is take that one, copy that, and get rid of everything except we need to select it first. All right. Then you can get rid of these. My mouse is just playing up on me. I'm not quite sure why. It's not letting me remove these things. It's actually just... oh, we don't even have any substations in there, so I don't even know why I'm worried about this, but never mind. That's basically what I wanted to do, so that I could then use this thing to spam the sulfuric acid pipes across. And we'll get rid of the ends that aren't necessary. Right, so okay, we'll have to work out a different way for the wires to come through. I don't like these guys in here because they're duplicating those, which means we're going to need to have a solution down here. Okay, that's good. This guy's no good. We need you back there. That looks like it's far enough. Right, and down here the same sort of deal. What's this? That's an artifact from long ago. That's what that is. Right, let's just get rid of all of it. Certainly not something that we need in our redesigned guy. So what I think I'll do now is take this one. I've got a substation sitting in the middle of nowhere. No, we can't do the N ones because they will be different. You know what? We better just get rid of these, I think. What's this? That's also an artifact that we don't need. So, line these guys up. This is of course too close. So let's try that again. Line these guys up. Insert the sulfuric acid mechanism, which is basically that. And miraculously, that actually lines up this time. This bit, of course, doesn't, but that's okay. And this bit doesn't either. That's also okay. And yeah, that's basically going to be how it works. So just make sure that a piece down here fits. It does. That's just perfect. So I will finish this off so that processing units is back up and running. Maybe while that's happening we can actually start some more research, because these things are continuing to launch at a ferocious rate, I think. There is no space science waiting. There's 2 trains here waiting to fill up. There is... where's the other one? Where's the other? There it is. So the trains haven't fully buffered themselves up, but I think there's so much space science sitting here that that's not really going to matter. I think it's time to start some more science, guys. Even though we haven't finished this, we... while we finish it and build a second red, because that's what we're going to... well, I'll do this between times, actually. I'm basically going to copy this stack and insert it in here. I need just one output, so it'll go in here. Hopefully that can be made to fit without causing too many dramas with some of these entrances. But I think we've had enough for this episode, so I'll finish off building up this, and yeah, let's do some science. Let's just do worker robot speed, the next one, 512,000. Divided by 6 is what? 40 minutes would be 240, so 80 for 80. It's like 85, 86 minutes, just over an hour. So it'll probably be done by the time I have finished rebuilding this thing. And yeah, next episode we will be able to take stock of where our UPS is at, and there are certainly some things that we can still do, believe it or not. Looking forward to it. I'll see you then, guys. Bye bye for now.